Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Season 27 SSL Draft. I'm Zune, the co-commissioner, alongside with Canadice, who will be doing the graphics, and Summerstood, who is going to be here commentating alongside me.
Hello there, everyone, and as Zone quite rightly pointed out, welcome to this season's draft. And this will surely turn out to be a pretty interesting one because we have two new teams that have joined us uh, from next season onwards. And you would have already seen, if you've been following the forum and the season, in that the expansion organizations already have had their expansion drafts. So this surely will turn out to be yet another exciting piece of uh, SSL lore and SSL season as such. So
That's
here we go.
right. That's right. We have four new teams, but two new orgs. We'll have picks from IR Casablanca slash SD Guayaquil, Morocco, Ecuador, and the other new team is ASC Yambos Dakar from Senegal, and then we have CD Alfama in the minors for from Portugal. So those are the two new teams. A lot of picks. We've gone through already an expansion draft. The results are on the forum, and now we can begin with filling the teams up with what they've lost during the expansion draft. So, without further ado, let's begin with the first overall pick. And at first overall, ASC Yumbos of the card choose Max Velox. The manager notes do read that first overall is never an easy selection, no matter the draft class, but on paper, this draft class felt a lot more uncertain. But right after the first scouting convo with Sis, I already had them penciled in as my top choice for first overall, and the subsequent conversations we had after that just confirmed what I had already known and made this a very easy pick to make. Wingback is such an important position in the SSL, and I'm happy to build an organization around someone who is destined to be one of the best in the league. So Max Velox, a right wingback who had a solid performance with Port Royal in Academy, going first overall.
Moving on then to the second overall pick in the season 27 SSL draft, and that would be Captain Metalbeard, username Tubadius. Again, uh, I know Tubadius thanks to ISFL, so he's a Paba user there, as and the organizational manager notes from Jelahu Cosmico is that we at Jelahu are thrilled to sign the IFL powerhouse that is Tubadius and their captain and their player Captain Metalbeard. They will be an outstanding addition to our young defensive core and will undoubtedly bring us closer to our dream of becoming a powerhouse team in the coming years. So yes, pretty solid picks, I would say, the first two picks so far. And moving on.
So next is third overall, a pick that Reykjavik acquired in a trade just between expansion draft and prospect draft by trading Cairo Vox, username Hoods, to Tokyo for their third overall pick. So with the third overall pick, Reykjavik United chooses Polywag, username Palochita. The manager notes read, "It was clear early in our chats what Pelo is the elite user slash player that we thought they were. a central defender that we can build the future of our organization around, and a quality person that will help shape our locker room culture. So we do see that core positions, especially defensive positions, are very popular early on. Pelachita's player Polywag was on Jakarta this past season, and overall, they won the Academy League, so must have done something right.
I mean, I never get tired of seeing Jakarta win trophies. I mean, with my player being in the inaugural Jakarta squad, I mean, it certainly. I certainly feel proud and sometimes feel happy whenever I see Jakarta win in the Academy League. I mean, considerably from where we were as a team in season 20, uh, season 19 in the Academy. So, good to see Jakarta winning trophies in the Academy League. So, moving on then to the fourth pick. It's yet another pick for Reykjavik United. And it's the player Thomas Thunder, username Quitolis. So this was also acquired in a trade, sending Brody James and receiving the first overall pick for Jelahu. And the manager notes reads that fortunately we got the chance to double down on another phenomenal user. Quitolis is a fantastic presence and someone we are excited to be bringing in. We hope that player can be a force on the attack for our club for many seasons to come. So yes, another exciting ISFL user, uh, another great pick for Reykjavik United. So, four top picks so far.
And we do have a trade
And
to
now
announce.
we have the first trade.
So Schwarzwälder FV receive the Shanghai first overall pick and the RSC compensation pick, which is between rounds 1 and 2. So 9 overall, 16 overall. And Casablanca receives S27 SFV first, which is 5th overall. So 5 overall, 2 Casablanca for 9 and 16. Which means with the 5th overall pick, Casablanca selects Slim Towered, username Stank Pickles, which the user, the manager wrote, "We enjoyed every interaction we had with Tweeter/Stankel Pickles, from cheering on Jakarta all seasons to plotting to overthrow Daleks in our Twilight Imperium game and everything in between. We knew we needed to be aggressive if we wanted to land the stud of a user and goalkeeper. We look forward to many more chats about life, gaming, and forum sigs as we spend many seasons together in Casablanca. Welcome to the Pride, Slim Towered." So Slim Towered becomes the first ever pick for Casablanca, same as Max Velox was the first ever pick for Dakar. And a goalkeeper is a very interesting position because I don't believe Casablanca picked a goalkeeper during the expansion draft, so that is very important for them.
Indeed is. Moving on, the sixth pick of this season's SSL draft. We have Sergio Masters, username Scarlet Mantis, and this is Buenos Aires' first pick in this draft. And the manager note reads, Masters has proven to be a master of the left wing in the academy. Players that can easily play the whole wings usually develop late in their career, and we are so happy to get one of these so early in their career. He's a fantastic user with a lot of experience managing in the SHL, and we hope that he can bring his tactical masteries in the Kaba Athena organization too. And following it is, I think it's Spanish, and I beg your pardon if I butcher the pronunciation here. Viniendo a Buenos Aires, Senor Masters, says the organization notes. So, yes,
Moving on with the 7th overall pick, Catalunya selects Tyson Blaze, username GlimsTC. Tyson came into the academy season late, but made an immediate impact on the league. Their positive and team building attitude made them shoot up the boards of every team. With his added flexibility, he will fill a big role for the future of this club. So it sounds like Tyson Blaze is going to be a very flexible user. We'll see if they are going to stay in the RM position that is not used as much in modern SSL, but is always going to be interesting to see how it fits. And Blaze does not really have any games played coming in after the last game of the season, I believe, but still declaring for the draft. So we'll see how his player works once they hit the minor leagues.
indeed. And we've seen quite a bit of this happening across in the past seasons as well. I mean, if the organizations see a top user sometimes coming in after the last game of the academy, they grab them up in the first or second rounds. I mean, that clearly shows that, I mean, many of most of the no, or most, or if I may say so, all the organizations here, I mean, we prioritize user over sometimes TPE. So that is something to be noted. Moving on then to the next pick 8 of this season's draft, and we have Meisho Doto, username Burb. So this is Romana's first pick of this season's draft, and the organizational manager note reads: Meisho Doto is exactly what London needs after the expansion draft. With one defender lost and another retired, London needed a player to bring stability to the backline as we prepare to win Division 2 again. We had a great scouting conversation and we were convinced that Burb was a committed user for the future. Here's to a fantastic debut season. Bonus points for being an Uma Musume. I mean, I know that uh, the EC Romana OM is a pretty big Uma Musume fan. So, good on you, Burb.
Next up, we have a trade to announce. SFV once again trades in this draft, so they'll receive Reykjavik's first round pick, 13 overall, and a second round pick in next year's draft. And Reykjavik will receive 9 overall. So SFV 13 and a second next season for 908 going to Reykjavik, which puts Reykjavik on the clock. And with that pick, they select Butterscotch, username Butters. The manager notes do read that it is not often that one of your top 5 targets is still available this late into the first round. So when we found out we had the chance to trade up to secure Butters, we knew we had to make it happen. We had a great chat with Butters and feel they are the perfect fit to what we are trying to build here in Reykjavik. As central midfielder, we look forward to seeing them develop into a key cog into our roster. So Butterscotch coming from the Stockholm Academy team and had a solid season overall. which goes to Reykjavik, and that's their third pick in this draft. That is, and we're only 9 picks in, so third of the picks go to Rake.
Moving on then to the next pick. And what do we know? It's another Reykjavik pick. So the 10th overall of this season's draft again goes to Reykjavik United. Uh, and the player being drafted is Swiss Cheese, user Soy Savant. So selecting back to back is fun, and we are excited here to be able to bring in Soy Savant. We had a great chat with them ahead of the draft, and we are excited to bring a future backstop for our club. Cheese is the perfect ingredient to pair with butters as we try to cook up a successful future here on the island. So, Soy Savant, Swiss Cheese here is a goalkeeper, and oh my. So we've had 4 out of the top 10 picks in this draft. Being drafted by Reykjavik United itself. And this was a pick that Reykjavik, uh, I mean, had received by trading in Dina Skovgaard in exchange for Elliot and the Tenochtitlan first, which is this 10th overall pick. So, looks like Reykjavik have, uh, I mean, gotten this pick through a pre-draft trade itself. So, moving on.
Yeah, moving on with the 11th overall pick, Liffey-side Celtic FC select Scott Newman, username Dark Viper 2. With Newman falling to this pick, it was an easy selection. We could not believe that a player that was a top 5 on our board fell to our pick here. The D-Man is a great user and that we are familiar with. We had a great chat with them, and Newman fills a huge need for us in the midfield. We were excited to pick him here. Welcome to Liffey. So Newman, being on Port Royal this past season, had a really solid rating at 7.5 actually as a central attacking midfielder. So yeah, looks like he'll be fitting right in with the minor league team for Liffey.
Fun fact about this user though, I mean, for those who don't know, I am the organizational manager of Sao Paulo. So, uh, D-Man is the user's Discord name, and we generally know this user by the Discord name itself. So, for some time, I mean, in the draft itself, we thought D-Man was not selected. And we were quite surprised by it. But only after realizing that, the user D-Man has had their forum username as Dark Viper 2, was already selected, and I mean, we had a brain pit moment there in our organization at least. Moving on then to the 12th pick of the first round. And we have the expansion organization, Dakar, selecting Wolf Hawkins, username Friday Hungary. The manager note reads, I feel very confident grabbing the pick package to receive this pick in the expansion draft because I knew what talent was guaranteed to be available at it. Friday Hungary mentioned in scouting that they wanted to be involved all over the pitch, and that's definitely the type of player that I want on our team. Someone that can make an impact everywhere. And so, with this, this was the second pick for Dakar in this draft.
And with the 13th overall pick, Catalunya selects Kazeno Kaganori, which I do miss the trade. I apologize. But yeah, SFV receives Tokyo's second round pick in next season's draft. And Catalonia receives the 13th overall pick that SFV had prior to that. SFV just keeps moving down the draft. And as I said, with that, they do pick Kazeno Kagenori, user Zephyrs1128, a goalkeeper, with the comment, the astrophysics major himself. We are at that time of the club where we need to start to develop our goalkeeper of the future. Kazeno going to be a perfect addition to the future of this club. So securing the future, probably as well, with the whole regression changes being fairly severe over the subsequent seasons, it's a good time to probably for Catalonia to look into the future, to keep it rolling and make the transition in a few seasons probably a lot more seamless than it can be, as we've seen with the regressions.
Indeed. So with that, we now move on to the final pick of the first round, I believe. The 14th overall pick in the S27 SSL draft. And we have Dean Wouters, username Siddhas. And this pick, again, goes to the expansion organization from Dakar. And the manager note reads, appreciate the deals teams made to let me be able to choose myself with the very last pick in the first round to reach to not reach too hard. Wouters didn't have the best academy season, so I look forward to seeing how the chaos of being a GM player goes and what position will he actually end up at. So this is a pretty high overall player to be getting in the last pick of the first round itself.
Indeed.
So
I mean, Sidus is the organization manager, so he had to pick himself in the first round of this draft due to the rules. And this does conclude the first round. I do want to point out that the next three picks are compensation picks that were given to certain organization due to the expansion draft, and also for one manager being an assistant manager in the previous moved and applied from assistant manager to create an expansion team. So these are part of the rules that we have to ensure that keeps the balance of the league as fair as possible. With that said, the 15th overall pick, IR Casablanca selects Kit Crunk, username Nestlecrunk. So the manager notes read, we had a great scouting conversation with Crunk and went into the draft with a target next to his name. We couldn't help but cheer when he published an expansion org overview media praising our org, mere minutes after we had selected him. Here's hoping he continues to plump out Casablanca propaganda for many seasons to come. Welcome to the Pride, Kit Crunk.
moving on then to 16th pick in the S27 SSL draft, and we have Schwarzwalder FV selecting Tad Hurley, username Hoodrat Royalty. I mean, what a username there. Uh, and the manager note reads, after all the trading, we are still able to address a need by bringing in Tad. Hoodrat is a familiar phrase from other leagues and should be a comfortable fit as we round out our squad, says the SFV manager.
Moving right on with the 17th overall pick, Hollywood FC selects Tex Star, username Kens4. A name like Tex Star was destined for greatness, destined for Hollywood. Star's versatile attacking talents will immediately add to a talented group of Hollystad youngsters, and we think Hens will be a great addition to the locker room. Welcome to Hollystad.
Indeed. So now, moving on to the next pick. Pick number 18 in this SSL draft. And we have Dakar selecting Bonneville Bubblegum, username PBops900. I mean, this officially marks the first pick of the round 2 in this season's draft. And the manager note reads, I was lucky to be part of Stockholm and see a first hand closer look at all my teammates, and I'm super excited to get one of the top scorers in the academy to be the starting striker for the organization. POBs helped out with the tactics as well as Stockholm and helped mess around with them. So at very least looking forward to having another head that plays the game and can offer me advice for my first season of tactics here, says the organization. Uh, says the manager. I beg your pardon. So
Moving on, another comp. So we've in the second round at this point. Since this pick, so the 19th overall selection, second pick in the second round for IR Casablanca. Rylaken, username Rylaken. So if experience has taught me anything, it's that the chat should be full of reach calls about now. Much like Molman from The Simpsons, I hope at least one of you is instead yelling preach. Welcome to the Pride, Rylaken. Also, Rylaken is the assistant manager for the team and had to be picked at this spot. So, reach, preach, your guys' choice.
moving on then to pick number 20 of this season's SSL draft. And we have ASC Dakar selecting Gosta Holmberg, username Hex. And the organizational manager note reads, following the earlier focus on players playing on the outside, I'm happy to have also brought Hex to the squad as a left winger. Hex is an SHL user, I beg your pardon. So I look forward to adding some general Sim League experience to our team and to hopefully bring some more attacking power to our team that will be majority made up of only people from this draft class. So we have Hex joining ASC Dakar as the 20th pick.
Moving on to the 21st overall pick, Zelaju Cosmico FC select Cal McRae, username Jedgebra. Manager notes read, with this pick, we add yet another ISFL user to our ranks in Zelaju, and we are very excited for that player to be Cal McRae. They have played exceptionally with Atletico Medellin in their academy season, and we're very happy to have managed to pick them up at this stage of the draft.
So that was pick number 21. Moving on then.
We do have a trade to announce.
Exactly. We have a trade.
So the trade is between CDT and Romana. So Tenochtitlan receives AC Romana's second round pick, 25th overall, and a third round pick in S28 from Romana. And Romana receives a third round pick from Tenochtitlan in next season and receives the very next pick, 22nd overall. So 25 and a third next season for 22 and a third next season, which puts Romana up
So, yes, with the 22nd overall pick this season, AC Romana selects Teddy Fantovins, username Fantovins. And the manager note reads, a veteran SSL player who's been part of the community for a long time. With so many rookies in London, we weren't going to pass up on the opportunity to bring in a veteran, especially one that plays in the positions we need. With inactive players slowly falling out of use in the AC Romana Inter London organization, we are counting on Fantovens to be a person to rely on for seasons to come.
Next up, with the 23rd overall pick, CA Buenos Aires selects Grant Transfer, username Jacob. Manager notes read, we know we shouldn't take his stay for granted, and yet we decided to grant his wish for a transfer, not because of the kindness of our hearts, but because he is a fantastic player that we are sure he can grant us our wish of winning, even if it is for a limited time. Bienvenido a Buenos Aires, Señor Transfer. The puns in this. So I'm glad I got to say them. But yes, grand transfer going to Kaba. And on that note, we do have another trade to announce. Tenochtitlan receives a third round pick from Casablanca in next season's draft, and Casablanca receives the 25th overall pick, which does mean the next two picks will be Casablanca. So third round pick next season for 25.
Yes. So with that being said, the 24th overall pick of this season, with the 24th overall pick, Casablanca selects Mirza Badramovic, username Tots Van Geki. And the manager note reads, you know what tots are good? Tatter tots. You know what tots are better than that? Tots Van Geki. We had an awesome conversation, and we are so excited to help them start their SSL journey as they help us start ours here in Casablanca. Welcome to the Pride, Tots Van Geki.
And with the 25th overall pick, Casablanca does select Tobias Gruber, username Lyric Gold. We went into the draft with a plan to get the two new users who were in real life, who were real life friends, and bring them to Casablanca. And we couldn't have been happier watching it play out in real time. We are so excited to have you, Lyric Gold, and can't wait for you to get to be in the locker room. And thank you, CDT, for being an excellent trade partner. Welcome to the Pride, Lyric Gold.
Moving on then to pick number 26 of this season's draft. And we have ASC Dakar selecting Adrian Skochnikov, username Chris. So the manager note here reads, we had a really late scouting convo with Chris, but I know that they are really excited to score some goals in the SSL. And that's good as reason as any. That's good a reason as any to have them be a key part of the offense and link up with Bubblegum to hopefully have some really fun high scoring games happen. So, indeed, that was Adrian Skochnikov as pick number 26.
Okay, so with pick number 27, Shanghai Dragons FC select Yoshizor Manchakupa, username Yoshi. So Yoshi is a forum only user, is not in Discord, and is on their second academy player in 2 seasons because of that. The notes for Shanghai Dragons, I will have to explain. After the draft, there will be a trade of this player to USP. So the notes do say we picked this player on behalf of USP as part of a trade. Thus, we will present their draft notes. Hi Yoshi, our friends at Shanghai did us a solid and picked you for us. You'll be joining us on USP ASP after a trade. We were really impressed by your tenacity to keep with the league and try it again even after going undrafted last season. You've been making fantastic media and Yoshi has been tearing it up on the field. We'll shoot you an email with our Discord link. Can't wait to get to know you better. Welcome to Paris and Sao Paulo. So again, Shanghai selects Yoshisora Manchakupa, and after the draft, they'll be traded to USB, hence the USB draft notes.
I mean, since I am the organization manager of USP, I would certainly like to weigh in on this a little bit. So, as Zone, my co-commentator here rightly pointed out, this is a player, this is a user that is not active on, that is not there on Discord, and is a forum only user. And to see them remain this much active, I mean, have this much amount of TP just by being a forum only user, and especially after being, I mean, not being drafted last season, last season around. I mean, that was a complete eye opener for us when we were looking at, I mean, this point of the draft to see if any promising users were left behind. So good on Yoshi though. I mean, we certainly are trying to get, I mean, bring them up on Discord. But let's see what happens. Anyways, welcome to USP, I guess, Yoshi. Moving on to the 28th overall pick of this season's draft, though, we have Leafy Side Celtic FC selecting Amadam Faros, username ATW2592. The manager note reads, another player that was high on our board. We have a need for keeper in Rova and also someone to take over for Lax as the man gets older. So Ampharos fills that need. We had a great chat with Ampharos and will be a fantastic addition to the Leafy and Rova squad. Welcome home. That was Ahmed Ampharos as pick number 28 in this draft.
Moving right along with pick number 29, União Sao Paulo selects Sayafas Kane, username Pyro182, who is the current assistant manager for USB. So assistant managers of current organization do have to be selected with a second round pick. So this is why Pyro is being here. And Summer with his hilarious notes that say, Dear Pyro, it is with a heavy heart that the USP management has to inform you of your termination as assistant manager. Here at USP, we pride ourselves for our work ethic, determination, and ability to perform under pressure. Your recent TPE earning performance has not given us the confidence you can continue your role in an effective fashion. Thank you for your contributions. Please make sure your office is clean and tidy by tomorrow. Some real comedy happening there in Brazil. I will withhold comments.
It certainly is. But for people who are unaware, I mean, it is because of Pyro, or Pyro has been a key component of our organization being this successful. So he is currently our assistant manager and was the organizational manager before me. So all joking aside, I mean, this is one key player I mean, since he is an assistant manager right now, we had to draft with our, I mean, second round pick. But regardless, even if he wasn't, we definitely wouldn't have had the chance to draft him up because he's that gem of a user, though. So, moving on to the 30th overall pick. And we have Reykjavik United again selecting Gary Hayne, username Russ Drives the Bus. And just so you know, this was Reykjavik United's first pick in the second round. And with that, they also had to select their assistant manager, who is Russ or Gary Hayne. So the manager note reads, Russ. Thank you for all you have done for our club over the 3+ years with us since S10. Since S10, you've been a key part of our locker room culture, and we look forward to keeping you here for many more as you finally get your chance at playing striker for our club.
As a side note,
Exactly.
he Russ will be taking over Del Pirlo's position at striker in North Shore. So if ever you wondered why I got selected in expansion, this is the reason why. Not just kidding. I just thought I'd be a bit silly here. But moving right along with the 31st overall pick, the car will select Döner Kebab. Username You Can Do It 24. Döner Kebab joined really late into the season, so it makes sense that they fell off of a lot of teams' radars. But I'm hoping to have them make a big impact on the left side of the pitch and show why they would have been a first round prospect if they had joined at the beginning of the season. If all things goes right, this is who I'm hoping to be our steal of the draft. Some very high expectations from the car there.
Moving on to pick number 32 of this season's SSL draft. And we have ESC Dakar once again selecting the player Thor Polar Stopari, username Thor. So the manager reads, Thor is another known name by anyone that is in the ISFL, so there was no way I was going to let them fall any further than they already had. I'm expecting them to be a key part of our defense as the first centre back that we have that we were able to grab in this draft, and in general just continue to be a part of our locker room full of ISFL people that were brought in during the expansion draft. So ESC Dakar is certainly giving uh, our organization, Union Sao Paulo, a tough fight in proving which team is the ISFL team in this organization, in this, uh, in SSL, and they certainly aren't pulling any punches here.
Moving right along with the 33rd overall pick. So pick number 33, Casablanca selects Callum Wiggins. Username Wigmeister14. We couldn't get a hold of you during scouting, but we hope you hear this and join us in the locker room. We'd love to have you as another active member of the community. Welcome to the Pride, Callum Wiggins.
Moving on then to pick number 34 of this season's draft.
As we go through all the picks again on screen.
like there was a slight glitch. Anyways, we go 31, 32, 33, and the next pick again for ASC Dakar, pick number 34, is Idris Nelson, username Kino. I mean, a pretty solid centre back pick with 364 TP, playing for the Victoria Falls Eagles. So that was pick number 34 for ASC Dakar, Idris Nelson. And unfortunately, I don't see manager notes here, but there we go. That was pick number 34, Idris Nelson for ASC Dakar. And following which, we have another trade. So, Jelau Cosmico receive the S27 Jelau, their own third round pick, which is the next pick 35 overall, for Risetti Moretti, and they've traded it to AC Romana. So Shelahu Cosmico receives the next pick, which is the 35 overall, and AC Romana in turn receives Risetti Moretti.
And with the 35th overall pick, Zelaju Cosmico AFC will select Michael Georgopoulos, username Mikey. With some internal promotions in Zelaju, we found ourselves looking to pick up a striker, and Mikey checked all our boxes. On behalf of the league, I'm sure we all look forward to Bloodless pronouncing this name in the matchday commentaries. Bit of a jab at our commentators. It's all in good jest. But if ever you guys have names that are difficult to pronounce, feel free to ask us, and we'll try and our best to accommodate you. But yes, Michael Georgopoulos going to Xelaju after trading for their own pick back. Picks travel around the world. Picks end up right at home.
Following this, we have two passes, and the next pick is the 38th overall pick from CF Catalonia, and CF Catalonia, with their 38th overall pick, select Kermit the Frog, username Kermit the Frog. And the manager note reads here, did he score? Kermit cares about finding the back of the net. Maybe he will be able to do the same here. I mean, and so we have Kermit the Frog as the 38th overall pick in this season's draft.
Next up, 39 overall, AC Romana selects Prodigy Lewis, username Timmy D Prodigy. Normally, when players are left this far down the draft, they're seen as a risk. But here in Romana in London, we live for the chaos. We spun a wheel to determine who would be the last player to join us this draft, as we have done several times before. The RNG gods decided to send Prodigy Lewis our way. We will watch your career with great interest.
Moving on then to the 40th overall pick. And with the 40th overall pick, CD10 Ostetlan select Dragos Vrashiu, username Delirium. Oh, is it Delirium? Yes.
It is Delirium.
Yes. So the manager note reads, the elusive Dragos Vrashiu. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Dragos Vrashiu? Hopefully your destination is to our training grounds. So I just had a cackle with it. So with the 40th overall, we have Dragos Vrashiu, username Delirium.
Just a few more picks left in this draft, and the next one is 41st overall. Casablanca will select Landy Donnie, username Mode. We had a great chat with Mode early on in the season, but he since appears to have gone inactive. We'd love to have you in the locker room if, when you come back, please come back. Welcome to the Pride, Landy Donnie. So Landy Donnie, 41st overall in the draft.
Going on then. So 42nd and the 43rd picks have been passed over. And we have yet another Reykjavik pick as Reykjavik United with the 44th overall in this season's draft select Aaron Noxus, username Noxu. And the manager note reads, while we know that Noxu is inactive and intends to stay that way, we just wanted to ensure that a great user and person had the chance to see their player get drafted. So this was Reykjavik's what? Sixth pick in this draft? And
we're not done yet.
We did select.
Because
and we are not done yet.
because after a long wave of passes from 45 to 57, the very last pick of the draft is pick number 58 by Reykjavik United. Jaden CIC, username Grandboyer. So a quick note before I read the manager notes. Reykjavik and Dakar have agreed to send Jaden CIC to Dakar in exchange for a 4th round pick in the next draft. The trade will be posted after the draft. So the Dakar notes read, Dakar is excited to bring in another active user from the S27 draft class. Jaden has been a consistent chatter during the academy games, and we look forward to see what they can do with our club. So Reykjavik United selects Jaden CIC, and after the draft will be traded to Dakar. And with that, this concludes the S27 SSL draft. We will be putting the picks up on the board as a quick recap. So do let us know if there are any surprises, any reaches, anything shocking. But overall, it's been a fairly good draft overall, I think. And I'm looking forward to seeing how all these players develop in the coming seasons.
Indeed. And while most of this draft has been, users that are already experienced in across other sim leagues like the ISFL and some SHL users as well. If in case you are a new user and you were sort of disappointed to see yourself not where you exactly thought you would land during the draft, I mean, just a quick this thing. Most of the organizations here generally tend to fill out their needs and requirements as the draft goes by. So it is not that you're not a great user. If you were not selected, say in the first round, and it is just mostly the organizational needs and wants. Uh, and that is the primary, thought process behind selecting or drafting a user in the first round. And so in case you are a bit disappointed or sort of because of your draft pick, I mean don't worry, don't worry about it at all. Look at I generally tend to give my example in case anyone do feel disappointed. I was a third round pick in the S20 draft. I was the 29th overall, and look at me now, commentating here, co-commentating here with Zone.
Hey,
This
it's not where you start, it's where you go from there. And this is just the starting line. So keep going and then keep going some more. And if you keep going, you'll end up somewhere beyond where you thought you would be. A couple last notes just before we end the stream. Season 27 starts tomorrow with the first day of the S28 draft class. Training camp starts tomorrow. League predictions go out on Tuesday. Regression deadline is Friday. And the very first friendly games will begin on Tuesday, August 25. So looking forward to seeing everyone on the pitch. This has been Summerstood, Zune, and the Commissioner Canadice. Thank you. Good night.